¿Cómo fue tu tiempo en AEW? Porque yo creo que estuviste terriblemente desaprovechado. Y una de las razones por las cuales yo creo que te desaprovecharon, porque The Hybrid 2 era un excelente concepto, y cuando empezó la división de parejas de AEW tenían un chingo de parejas buenísimas, ¿sí? Pero Tony Khan tiene esta onda de contratar, al punto de que tiene un roster sobrepoblado. They have a overpopulated roster, y no dejan que las historias se lleven a cabo, y no sabes a dónde ver. You don't know where to look at, because there's here's one angle, and there's another angle, and there's another angle, there's another angle. There was a point where you were on this Matt Hardy's weird stable that actually I never liked. So how you felt your run on AEW?
I actually think that Matt Hardy's stable could have been used a lot better if he was more like how I never pitched ideas though, but I always thought they should have made when we were all part of Matt Hardy. Have you ever seen the show Better Call Saul?
Yeah.
I think he should have been like a sleazy lawyer, but a sleazy booking agent. Okay. Where, you know what I mean? But the thing about something like that is you only have so much TV time, and you need to you're gonna have to have angles in the back and take everything of him interacting and like doing shady things to get his guys bookings or whatever. But I do agree that the roster is overpopulated. But the one good thing about that means a lot of guys are making money, so more power to you.
Well, that's the positive thing.
But the big thing is, even with it being overpopulated, I would say this, like, my release, it wasn't like all of a sudden I just got drowned out.
Yeah.
Like, we had our position, we were doing good and everything in AAA, and I just, like, got lazy as hell. Like, I gained a lot of weight, I had to start wrestling with a shirt on, like, so when it came to, like, I almost feel bad for Angelico. When it came to TH2, like not only not getting pushed, kind of getting de-pushed and removed from TV and everything, that was really my fault because like I just wasn't performing. I got so out of shape and like I couldn't like do Jack Evans thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You with the high fly, if you're booking Jack Evans, and then all of a sudden it was like the moonsault, the full twist turned into like a splash. You know what I mean? So that was actually largely my fault. I feel that more than us getting drowned out. I mean, and obviously that's something to do with it because there's just more competition for TV time.
Exactly.
But it was more. I just fell off. I became so lazy, and the thing that sucked is I knew I was lazy. I knew the office. They weren't unhappy with me like on a behavior thing, but with my wrestling, we're like, this isn't what we paid for. Like, you know what I mean? And I couldn't change. Like, I just was stuck in this freaking, like, get home. Like, I'm eating Tres Leches all day. Like, so, like, and I feel bad because Angelico that whole time was on the ball.
Yeah.
And he's still, you know, he was still doing Angelico things. And I got the team de-pushed, I feel like. So I always feel bad about that.
Because we were previously of the interview, we were talking about your match against Kenny Omega for the Mega Championship.
Yes.
I think it was awesome, but you are not enough satisfied with it.
No estoy feliz con esa lucha porque if we did how the match was supposed to be, because cortamos como 5 o 10 minutos, like mucho,
Sí.
y de nuevo porque mi aire, like I actually had to in the middle of the match ask Kenny to take it home because I was that blown up, which is like the most embarrassing thing like in wrestling. Like you don't want someone to blow you up like that, especially when like you look at him and he's like, I'm never broken a sweat yet. I do 60-minute matches, motherfucker. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and so I'm so happy people liked it. But like, gracias. It should have been a 9-star match. I'm telling you, it should have been one of Kenny's best matches ever. And I just couldn't perform properly. And I'm talking about within like 2 minutes, like my level of what I could do dropped, and then like by the end I was just dead. But that's the other thing, and why cardio is tan important in la lucha is because like you'll get people that'll go and they'll go to practice and they'll practice a move when they're fresh, but after the detay, when you got to be able to do it when you're not fresh. So like that was my thing, is that like even what did happen should have been better, but I was just slowly getting so blown that I couldn't execute it as well.
Yeah, instead of taking off, you started to land.
Yeah, like, exactly. Like, Yeah, like, so thank God it wasn't a crash landing and people like it. But, like, yeah, it was supposed to be, like, this nice, luxurious flight, and instead it was, like, this rickety, teasy,
but that speaks very well about yourself, because if you weren't on your top level at that match, which was awesome to us, that means that when you're in your best level, you can give us even better matches than that.
Yeah, I would need a rematch with Kenny Omega. I could do it so much better now.
Because
I agree with that, like... At my best level, actually, Kenny Omega is great for me. Because honestly, my big things in wrestling is obviously like the high flying, but my specialties really are like big bumps and selling like for the other guy. And because Kenny has so much stuff, I can make him look great. And you know what I mean? And then him in return. So like Kenny is actually like a dream match for me because his style, like I really feel we could mesh well generally. But it just wasn't happening at this time. Like, oh man. So it's actually one of the biggest disappointments in my career, because it really should have been career launching. And the thing is, like, The Office had the highest of expectations for this match. So even though it was well liked, it didn't get anywhere near meeting them. So instead of career launching, it kind of was like what first brought notice to, like, hey, is something wrong with Jack? Like, he cut like minutes out of this match. Like, you know what I mean? So...
Y lo conoces de bastante tiempo a Kenny Omega, ¿no? Lo conoces en Ring of Honor.
Sí, well, no mucho en Ring of Honor.
O PWG.
En PWG y los Independientes.
Sí, exacto. ¿Y es buena onda? ¿Is he nice?
Oh, he's super nice, super nice. Pero, un jugador de Street Fighter. Kenny! We don't down here, son. It's Blaze Blue. King of Fighters is acceptable.
No, we actually play Street Fighter.
Yeah, they do. Street Fighter. Hold on my spot. We don't do Street Fighter here, son. Huh? Come down here and you will get crap kicked bringing that Street Fighter. No, I'm just kidding.
And those important come to Bultos Club. We want you here at Bultos Club,
No, he's actually a super incredible guy. Not. I hate to use the word nice, because everyone's like, oh, he's a nice guy, whatever like that. Like, you know what I mean? But like, he legitimately is a nice, like, caring individual. Like, he doesn't have an attitude, like, for where he's at in wrestling, you know what I mean? He could easily, like, be a superstar mode, you know what I mean? Like, una estrella. But no, he's not. He's really down to earth, like.
Sí, porque hace tiempo tuvimos aquí a Dar Cuervo y nos dijo que pues él lo conoce de su tiempo en All Japan.
Sí.
Y que en All Japan era medio mamucas, era medio especialito. He was a little bit conceited.
Yeah?
You think so?
Yo no sé, but like every time I've been around him a fair amount, like he's always been good. So, but like the thing is, I love Cuervo to death. He's actually like, we don't see each other much, but he's a good friend. So like I trust his opinion. So if Cuervo's saying he was like that, I'm hoping it was a misunderstanding.
I mean, Cuervo has a good relationship with him, but he told us that he was kind of conceited despite being friends and despite having a good relationship.
Okay, yeah. Well, I didn't experience that, but that's the thing. Like, Cuervo's one of those guys where, like, he tells me something and, like, I don't doubt it. So,
sí, es un amor, Cuervo. Te amamos, Cuervo. Sí, te amamos.
Cuervo,
sí.
And the score,
Sí.
And all of them, okay?
Despite you shaved them.
Yeah.
You took their hairs off. Yeah.
And when he had dreads, la cosa rara es... Hay pulgas en su cara. No, I'm just kidding.
Ya te balconearon.